Hello, dear Taurus. Welcome to Divine Debut. Thank you so much for being here. How is everyone? Hope that you're all doing very well. This is your mid-month of October 2019 until end of October. It's a divine, no, it's not a divine spread. It's a Celtic cross, as I usually do mid-month, even though today is the 20th when I'm doing this, the 20th of October. But I'd like for you to consider this reading from mid-month of October. For some of you, of course, this is going to resonate after the 20th, so take it how it resonates for you. Dear Taurus, we are moving into a Mercury retrograde, which will be happening in Scorpio on the 31st of October on Halloween. And this is going on in your 7th house of partnerships, relationships as well. So let's see what's going on for you, dear Taurus. Mercury will be retrograding for most of November, so a lot will be revealed because Scorpio is very deep, very hidden, and Mercury will retrieve the information and let us know about it. So the new moon in Scorpio is in your 7th house on the 28th of October, so new beginnings where partnerships and relationships and intimacy as well as other people's money is concerned. Let's take the now position for you. 10 of Wands, and I'm using the Morgan-Greer. 10 of Wands is a completion of a cycle. It's been a burden for you, but it does break down to the Ace. Ace of Wands can be new inspiration, new creativity, the light going on, seeing your path forward. It's also something that can speak to very sexual energies, a need for intimacy, a need for connecting on a passionate level. Let's take your challenge card. 3 of Wands. 3 of Wands is Sagittarian energy. It's expansion and growth. That's what the Wands are asking for you to do. We've got 13 Wands here altogether. It's all about change. Scorpio is where it's at. That's where the information comes through. That's where that your ruling planet Venus is there as well. So it's a time of getting closer. Also, the 3 of Wands is a card of expansion and growth, but also it's like some of you may be turning your back on something, someone. As you can see, he's holding the Ace of Wands in his hands. He's looking across those seas. Now, if we say that we've got a 1 and a 3, they equal 4. Some of you may be looking into the far distance, whether that is timing or whether that is distance, literal distance. You may be thinking of settling down. That's what I feel with these cards. In your foundation, 7 of Wands, more fiery energy. This is in the distant past and it's also in your foundation. So to do with your security, your home, you're pushing through, you're persevering. You've got a lot against you, but you are holding again that Ace of Wands very strongly, I can see. It is sort of like a conflict, but you've got the power to do that. You have got things that are against you here, but I can see that you are still managing a situation in the distant past and again around home and family. In the recent past, you have the Fool. So you've started a new cycle. This is the beginning of something. It's the seed that is planted. It's Aries energy. You're willing to go on an adventure. You're probably hoping to drop everything and just go somewhere. Maybe even literally traveling, because that's what the Fool does. It starts its journey. Yeah. Aries is the warrior, ruled by Mars. We've got a lot of fire here. Now, Mars is actually in Libra, which is the natural house of relationships with others. And it is Aries is cardinal energy. So is, fire is go, go, go. So let's see what is crowning your reading and your goals. Four of Cups. So usually in the traditional tarot, we've got the Four of Cups, which speaks of a card of boredom. Here he's actually looking at that Ace of Cups. Three of Cups, those cups are still standing. There has been some sort of a celebration. Now you're looking at accepting or offering the Ace of Cups. And again, it's a 4, which speaks of your stability, your security. And it's in the area of career. So this could be a new offer where career is concerned, something that's going to make you happy, something is being extended to you, which will give you more security. Let's look at the near future. 9 of Wands, a lot of Wands. You must be dealing with someone who's got strong fire in their chart. Could be Aries, could be Leo, Sag. For some of you, you've got strong fire in your chart, and that's what is being activated at this time. 9 of Wands, still standing, persevering. Let's take the position of you, and you've got the Lovers, and the Lovers is a divine union. It's some sort of a decision. With this card, the Morgan-Greer, the Lovers, I do notice the difference in color of the two people. They must be from different races, maybe different backgrounds. It's like two different worlds coming together. But this could also be a head of a heart decision. It is a soulmate connection. There is a lot of closeness, a lot of intimacy with these two people. They're very intimate. They connect on a not only a physically intimate, but also emotionally. It is a major arcana, very important. What is surrounding you? And you've got the Star. A lot of nudity, a lot of truth will be revealed. The Star is also Aquarius, which speaks of the future. We do have Aquarius in your environment. Aquarius is the wish fulfillment. It's also a card of hope. The Star could be something at a distance. Also social media, connecting with others on social media through the internet. Maybe someone who's at a distance. Your hopes and fears. Some of you may be fearing commitment. Others of you will be hoping for a commitment. Okay, this is the Hierophant, spiritual leader, religion, faith. Maybe some restrictions around this, but it's giving you choices. There are 2 keys here. And this is your energy. Some of you could be fearing having to do things by the book. We do have Aquarius, which is not by the book. It's the new way, the new age. This is more the traditional. This is the future. So could it be that that's what you're trying to decide on? Let's take your outcome card. And we've got the Page of Cups. It's funny, I just did the Virgo reading and they had the Page of Cups in the same position. Page of Cups is Piscean energy. The Ace of Cups is coming through unexpectedly. This could be an apology. This could be an offer of love. A very youthful energy. And pages are messengers. So it's unexpected. What's at the bottom of the deck? We've got the 2 of Wands. 2 of Wands. And I think Virgo, if you are connected to a Virgo, Virgo had the 2 of Wands right here in the now position. As I was saying, we've got 2 different people that are holding that Ace of Wands. That Ace of Wands, yes. And this is like the minor arcana of the Fool. It looks like the Abundant Page, as you could see. It looks very similar. And this is walking through a new doorway. Now, I did say to Virgo that it's not the world ball here. It's the actual, it's as though he's scrying, looking into that crystal ball. Very intuitive. Look out for messages. Look out for synchronicities, dear Taurus. Okay, and again, a card of choices. Sagittarian energy. Let's take what's beneath that. Let's have a look. And we've got the 6 of Wands. A lot of fire. 6 of Wands is a card of success, recognition. You know, it's a card of glory. It's a card of being noticed. that the efforts that have been put in bring in the popularity as well, because it's a card of popularity. So what, the further back we go, so this is the general energy, Two of Wands. Beneath that is the Six of Wands. It can also speak of a little bit of ego. But if we put the two cards together, and we've got so many wands here, if we put the cards together, that is the Eight of Wands, and they are messages. Messages of love, messages of, fire and let's get together. But I feel that in the past there was a little bit of holding back. Four of Pentacles, not opening up, I want to say letting go and going with what you feel strongly about. Okay, so Four of Pentacles, again, being careful with your heart. Now, maybe even with the Six of Wands, maybe even a little bit of ego because of I feel that, I don't know why, I feel that you are dealing with someone that's got strong fire, okay? Someone who is very creative, someone who is quite popular. We've got the Six of Wands there. We've got the Star card here. I feel that there is, you're both coming from two different places, but I feel that it's like a mirroring effect, as you could see here. Now, this is the card of Taurus for me. And I feel that in the past there was some sort of a holding back or holding on to something that was very dear to you, something that you wanted to succeed in. And now here you're at the precipice of taking that step, going through that door. Okay, and there is communication, but we don't see the person you're communicating with. Okay, so there is some sort of secrecy around this, I feel. And again, as I said, so much fire. What we don't have here is no air. There is no air here in your reading at all. We've got the Page of Rods here as well. So wanting to go on that adventure, this is the Page of Rods, which is the minor arcana of the Fool. And I've already mentioned the Page of Wands here as well. It is showing up here. So these are messages. Someone who is willing to go that extra mile. So it was like a stop, go. Okay? In the past, are we going to do this? No, we're not. For whatever reason, are we going to do it? Still juggling your options. Maybe some of you have been dealing with another situation that, as you can see here in the distant past, that was putting you in a difficult position. You were in a place of being conflicted about what you would persevere with and what you would pursue. You were conflicted. This is a 7. So we've got the 7, we've got the 9, the 10, the 3. So many wands. 13, 22, and 7 is 29. 29 wands. Let's take some more cards. First of all, I'd like to look at your love life, dear Taurus. Okay, I'm using the Lover's Path Tarot. So please, Spirit, for Taurus, mid-October till end of October, roughly, whilst Mercury is in its shadow, what you are going through right now and the past 10 days, roughly, you will be revisiting, because Mercury will be coming back to these same degrees. It did start to retrograde on the 11th of October at 11 degrees of Scorpio. So 11 He is quite prominent, and 29 wands, 2 and a 9 equal 11. We are going through a lot of karmic times. Relationships are changing from what I hear from a lot of people. Relationships that you would think would make it, would be able to get by, they're changing. It's time for changes. That's why, especially with Pluto, Saturn in the South Node, and I've said that so many times, yeah, so things are happening that you don't expect. And I believe it's got a lot to do with past karma. And it's like a change of the guards. A changing of the guards. Things are changing. Like the things that you least expect to happen are happening. So let's take for Taurus, dear Spirit. Taurus and their love life. What's happening with Taurus at this time? Taurus and their love life. This is the card. And we have Awakening, which is the Judgment card. This is Cupid and Psyche. And Cupid and Psyche, in mythology, now Cupid was the love child of Mars and Venus. Venus was married to another god, and she had an affair with Mars and had Cupid. So Cupid is the love child. Cupid grew up and met Psyche, and Psyche was, she was beautiful, and Venus felt threatened by Psyche, so she gave Psyche a very hard time. If you have time, Google it. Go onto Google and press Cupid and Psyche. You will see the story of the jealous mother, Venus. And Venus in Scorpio right now is the jealous Venus, the dark Venus. And that's exactly how she was for Psyche, her daughter-in-law. But there was deep love between Cupid and Psyche. And Psyche went to many extremes. She passed all the tests to win over Cupid's love. Venus put many hoops in front of Psyche, and she had to prove herself over and over again. Google it and you'll see what a wonderful story it is. And I believe that whatever this is, you're being given a second chance. Whatever hoops you've had to jump through to prove your love, the unconditional love of this divine union, which is the lovers here. You've got the lovers, so it is a divine union. I feel that your persevering will get you through any situation. Where there is love, there is hope. And where there is perseverance, there is gain, and there is also success, just like the Six of Wands. So that's a beautiful card. Awakening is Pluto. Pluto does bring transformation. Okay, now Pluto rules Scorpio. Okay, so I think that all of us on a collective scale are going to be going to have to be jumping through hoops for something that we truly believe is for us. So, dear Taurus, you're obviously going to be put through the test. Now, it's either your partner, if you are cross-watching and you're in love with a Taurus, you may have to jump through a few hoops, but in the end, there's only success. As I said, if your driving force is love, true love, and unconditional love, that's the only love that gets through. What a beautiful story. Don't forget to Google it. Leave your comments below. I'd love to hear it, your opinion. Okay, let's take some more cards, some more tarot. Now, the Awakening card, Judgment. The Judgment card says that something's been dead for a while, but it's time for it to resurrect, time for it to come alive. Okay, so this is an epiphany and a wake-up call, and it's spirit that is calling you to awaken, dear Taurus. If you've been if you've had other issues, that have clouded your trajectory, your path forward, where love is concerned anyway. Maybe the star is coming in to bring you that clarity. This is like following that star. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4 major arcanas here, which is a fair bit. Let's look at your story. If something didn't work in the past, you thought something would never take shape, never take form, it is happening. As you can see here, Cupid is calling her to awaken. Looks like she was in a slumber. And also one more thing about Cupid. Cupid did not want to reveal his who he was when he married Psyche. He didn't want to reveal it, and he would visit her every night in the dark. So she didn't know who her husband was. And it's really interesting, the story. You should, as I said, look it up. There's the dark. Some of you are in the dark about something, and in relation to the person that you are either trying to get them to commit to you, or you're trying to bring them into your periphery, into your life, into your heart, or you're trying to get into their heart. There is something that will be known, especially with the energies that we're working through in the month of November. So let's take the now position. The Empress, Venus, just like I was saying. And Venus is Libra, Taurus. This is a card of patience, a card of hope that she would give birth. What is the Empress? She gives the harvest, which brings me back to the story of Persephone. I don't know, for those of you that are familiar with that story, Persephone was stolen by Hades, Pluto, and taken into the underworld, just like Venus is now in Scorpio in the underworld. And that's why we've got the different seasons. When Persephone was away, her mother, she was in charge of the seasons, so she would not give the harvest, and that's why we've got autumn and winter. So again, another amazing story. But with Venus here, the Empress, that's what she's all about. She's all about giving. She's all about nurturing. Okay, she's the mother of earth. And the mother of earth is the one that is in charge of giving the harvest. Now, this can be true pregnancy, or, as I see with the Ten of Wands here, whatever burdens you've had to deal with, and the challenge being the Three of Wands, you've come to the end of your challenge. Now your challenge is to be patient, just like the Empress is, that she can give birth at some point. Logically, she needs to wait 6 months, but it's not going to be 6 months for all of you. Of course not. So the Empress can be a mother. Could it be that your burdens were around motherly issues? Maybe your mother was posing difficulties, bringing the difficulties into your life. Maybe I would say that the Empress is more than likely your partner. And some of you may have not had the self-worth. If you are viewing your partner as the Empress, then I feel that because Taurus is the house of self-worth, and with Uranus there, it's amazing because it's going to change values for you. And if you felt that you were not up to the standards of the Empress, I think that, and that was the burden for you, this could be what is changing and transforming for you. Let's take the position of your foundation. And we've got the star again. Second time. 2 times you've got the star. Very strong Aquarian energy. I'm sure some of you have got strong Aquarius in your chart. Now, Aquarius is ruled by Uranus. And as I was just talking about Uranus being in Taurus, I think that whatever will be the change that Uranus brings in for you is going to be a wish fulfillment. Let's look at the Fool. 2 cards. And we've got the 6 of Swords and the card of the Hierophant, which is your card. So it looks like in the recent past, some of you are wanting to take a leap of faith. You're moving from trouble to calmer waters. You're taking your thoughts with you. So that means that obviously your thoughts are clearing. They're becoming more positive. You are moving into the energy of Taurus. This is the second time I said that some of you may be fearing commitment, but I see you going straight into the commitment. I see you through faith that you are starting to believe in yourself, because this is also a card of beliefs. Let's look at the 4 of Cups. And we've got the King of Cups. King of Cups is Scorpio, Cancer, Piscean energy. I do believe that this is your energy. I think that this is you. Dear Taurus, in your 7th house, you've got Scorpio. So I believe that this is you. You are ready to open your heart. You are ready to communicate your feelings. You are ready to give everything. This is someone who, the King of Cups is the King of Hearts. And he's someone who is he's that gentleman. He will give more than what he keeps for himself. Very sacrificial energy. And also because it's Scorpio energies, Scorpio is all about getting deep and intimate. Let's look at the 9 of Wands. And 9 of Wands again. Okay. Let's take another card. This is just confirmation. As I see this, look at the fear in his eyes, and he's looking straight at that Empress. There is something that you are holding back and not opening up about. Or you've been working so hard, you've been putting in the effort. This Empress is the apple of your eye. And maybe for some of you, you may have been through turmoil, through difficulty in the past. And that's why it's hard for you to open up. And it's also hard to share and be intimate. But I think things are going to change for you. Let's take another card. 7 of Swords, you see? You've been secretive, keeping information, not speaking your truth. Let's take one more card on that position. I feel I need to. 3 of Swords. You've been hurt. You've been hurt, and I feel that that is what you are holding onto and not opening up about. And before I was saying that there are no swords. 7 and 3 is 10 of Swords. But this is the end of the heartbreak. This is the end of the suffering. This is the end of this situation. 10s always are completion. You've been hurt in the past. Now, I don't know if you've been hurt by this Empress or you've been hurt by someone else in the past. Let's look at the Lovers. Could be another air sign, because we've got the 7 of Swords, 3 of Swords. Some of you may even have had some sort of issues with your heart. Too much weight, too much of a load. Some of you may have just had a lot of burdens because of your self-worth issues, struggling with your own self, trying to catch up and trying to become the other half for this Empress. because you are showing up as the king, not as the emperor. Let's look at the Lovers. Now, yes, there could be an age difference too, small, not very big. Let's look at the Lovers. And we've got the Chariot. So overcoming any obstacles, maybe even moving, dear Taurus. This could be literal or metaphorical. You're in the driver's seat. It's up to you to make the decision. As I said, go with what your heart tells you and go with what you feel safe and secure with, because Cancer is also your stability, it's your security, your peace of mind. Let's take the Star, whatever is surrounding you here in your environment. You've got the Star energy, and here we've got the Knight of Pentacles, stopping and looking at your path forward. The Knight of Pentacles many times can be another earth sign. For me it's more Virgo, but it can be your energy, dear Taurus. Very slow and steady. Earth signs are very slow. They don't move unless they're certain. Let's take another card on that. And there's the Judgment card again. Wow. Yeah. You feel the calling, but I think that this is the last moment, the last thoughts that are going through your mind before you can actually start to move ahead. You're waiting for the proof. You're waiting for the synchronicities, the sign, before you start to move forward. And some of you may be waiting on, as I said, an earth sign. Could have earth or fire. We've also got the Empress here, which could be any sign. Could be any sign. As I said, this is Taurus or Libra. Let's look at the Hierophant here with the 2 keys. A choice between 2 homes, 2 hearts, 2 people, 2 situations, 2 businesses. We've got the Hierophant twice, and the Hierophant can be a business as well, an institution, something that is long, something that is old. What's the word? It's very conservative. It's very solid, and it's been around. It could be a family business. It's traditional. It's traditions. Therefore, traditions go over time. They last over the years, you know. And it's also family. And we've got the 9 of Pentacles. 9 of Pentacles is someone who stands on their own, financially strong, but only they're on their own in the Garden of Eden, not having someone to share their efforts, okay, and their accomplishments, their comforts. Again, this is the card of Virgo for me, but I think that some of you are fearing being successful financially, but not finding the right person to share that with. Let's look at that Page of Cups, because this is an offer. One card nearly opened. I didn't quite see what it was, so maybe it wasn't meant to be. Another one did the same thing. Let's take the Page of Cups, please, Spirit, and it flipped. And we've got the Knight of Wands. And the Knight of Wands is quickly moving in to your passions, wanting to move. He's holding that Ace of Wands. Some of you may need to travel. Let's take another card. 7 of Pentacles. 7 of Pentacles. Looking at a situation. Do we invest more time here? This is taking a break. 7 of Pentacles. Some of you may travel a lot for work, and that may take up a lot of your time. Or the offer that comes through you're looking at, or the other way around. it could go the other way. Let's take another card. And dear Taurus, this is you. This is your energy. This is my Taurian card. The King of Pentacles is Taurus for me. And I feel as though you are going to be someone that's very stable, very sitting on that throne, being very secure with your money, being someone who's very stable in their life, okay? And also he is someone who is very, very dependable. Now we do have two kings. I do feel that both are your energy. I don't feel that there is a choice of two here, because, as I said, we've got Taurus, Scorpio. Taurus and Scorpio, which is your energy. What I'd like to look at is another card with that King of Cups in your, what's on your mind. And we've got the Page of Swords. So the truth being told, the communication, the truth is being given out with that sword. It's being spoken. Let's look at that Two of Wands at the bottom of the deck, which is the general energy. Two of Wands, as I said, two different people having a conversation. One is practically offering the world to the other person. And we've got the Four of Swords, so it's going to take a little bit of time. It's going to take a bit of time. Okay, someone is meditating. We do have a sense of pause here as well. Seven of Pentacles, Four of Swords, very similar. Let's take another card. And then we've got the King of Swords and the Five of Cups. Oh, okay. Taurus, I do feel that you may have been dealing with another air sign in the past. So maybe as the general energy, you're looking at the facts. You were looking at the facts. I believe that that's why you're meditating on this, because you've been hurt. Five of Cups says that you are focusing on the past and not on the present or on the future. Now, could this be that you are leaving someone behind? Could be. It could be, because you're ready to go on, you're ready to step through a new doorway, as you could see here. Let me take some Sibillas. You do have the Three of Swords and Seven of Swords here, so the King of Swords could be anyone. If it's not a past partner of yours, could it be a past partner of the Empress? Could that be the case? Let's take the Empress, Ten of Wands, Three of Wands. We have Lettera, which is news coming in. It's the Two of Pentacles as well. So a juggling act. Here we've got the Six of Pentacles, the Pensiero. Pensiero, which is very similar to the Hermit. Therefore, Virgo energies, again looking at the details. Now, we've got here, this could be legal papers and we could have a solicitor. Or it could be, the Pensiero could also be a doctor. But because it's the Six of Pentacles, I do see it very much as more than likely legal issues. Because the Six of Pentacles is, you know, it's the Libran energy, giving and receiving. And here we could have legal issues. So some of you may be dealing with legalities of the past. Let's see one more card. And we've got Namika. Namika is the female, the nasty female. But the mask is coming off. This is the enemy. And it's a 12, which means Piscean energy, the Hangman. And that is a card of sacrifice. Now, you are going to see this Namika's true colors. If this is who you are in a past relationship with, Or, as I said, if this is who the Empress is dealing with, she's going to be learning the truth. The truth will be shown. Whoever this is, whoever this Namika is. Let's look at the foundation. We've got the Two of Cups here, the House. Two of Cups. We've got the Artista, which is the Seven of Cups. And this is the Crazy Scientist. This is a discovery that's made. And here we've got the La Reunion, Eight of Wands. Very interesting indeed. I believe that in your foundation and what you're sitting on is, if you look at these two cards, we've got the Two of Hearts and the Seven of Hearts, so that's 9. It's a wish fulfillment. You've also got the Aquarius card here. And as I said, you persevering for your security with the Seven of Wands and going for what you are passionate about is bringing back the card of reunion, Eight of Wands. So this is communicating through social media. Look at that. Again, Aquarius, something that is at a distance, something that will heal you, and this is a card of hope as well. And this is in the distant past, so there's been a reunion, two hearts coming together. But then we had, in the recent past, a new cycle beginning. Let's look at that. With the Fool card, the Hierophant, and the Six of Swords. And look at this. We've got the Hierophant twice. The Hierophant is here twice. And we know that the Hierophant, look at the 13. It's like there is change around this. Commitment, your faith, your religion, your understanding of commitment. There is a transformation here. Let's take another card. We've got falsità, deception, or lack of trust. Look at the cape that the sacerdote is hiding. He's hiding something, and this is the man that stands alone sometimes. And then we've got the Gran Consolazione, which is the best card in the Sibillas. So, Seven of Wands, persevering for something that you desire. I think, yeah, as I said before, there was like a one step forward, two steps back, I feel here, in the past. And my candle just went out. Just a moment. Yes, and I just lit another candle, went to pick up the other one and just scalded my thumb. I'm going to get a nice blister on that. So I did say before, there is a lot of fire here. A lot of fire in your reading. Just wanted to tell you all that. Be careful. Be careful of burns. And let's see what else we've got here. I'd like to look at the near future position, which holds the Seven of Swords, Three of Swords, Nine of Wands twice. So in the near future for you, Taurus, we have the Merchant, again on number 13. So in relation to contracts or business dealings, someone is thinking very carefully. We've got Amore, which is the little Cupid. Cupid is here twice. And here we've got the Ace of Swords, which is the Dispiacere card, displeased. But it's also the Ace of Swords, so it's probably cutting away what was not good for you. Seven of Swords and the Three of Swords is the Ten of Swords, which breaks down to the Ace of Swords, and here it is. So this is severing ties with any deception, whoever has been deceptive with you. Now we've got the the man, the child, and the woman. For those of you that share a child, could be a love child with a female. With this female, she's not very happy about her being cut out because this is the Ace of Swords. Now, for others of you, let's say that this is a different, we can read these cards differently again. Okay, so that you're severing ties with the past, okay, and whatever thoughts around contracts, around love, are going to bring a successful new beginning. We can read those cards like that as well. So, what I'd like to look at now is what is external to you. So we have the Star, the Knight of Pentacles, and the Judgment card. So let's see. We have a Mika, which is the Four of Wands, your confidant, your best friend, the card of harmony, the card of marriage also, the card of celebration. We've got L'Amante, the romantic knight, let's say. This is Romeo, number 11. 11 is good. This is good karma. And here we've got Viaggio, Three of Wands. Remember, the challenge was the Three of Wands here. This is someone going on a voyage. This is someone coming in to visit. So, yeah, we've got movement. We've got moving into love, moving into something that's going to be very stable. Some of you may be marrying someone, committing to someone that you have a great friendship with, a long-standing friendship. I would like to take one more card on the outcome here. We've got the Page of Cups, Knight of Wands, Seven of Pentacles, King of Pentacles. If we're looking at business, this is great. You've got the King of Pentacles. There's an offer that's coming through, may involve travel. You're looking at it and it's gonna pay off because you'll be sitting on the throne as the King of Pentacles. We've got the King of Cups, so this is being happy in love and this is being happy in business. Let's take another one card on the outcome there. Two cards flipped open. And we've got the 8 and 9 of Swords. Wow. 8 and 9 of Swords. Of course, I can't leave it like that. And I'm going to take from this deck here because there is something that is worrying you. Could it be around business? Oh, wow. 8, 9, and 10 of Swords again. The 10 of Swords has come out again. And I believe that that's got to do with business. I believe that that's surrounding your work. Let's take, and remember I said if you're dealing with an air sign from the past, that's it. That's it. It's finished. Gone. This turns into the Ace. Let's take one more card. And then we've got the Empress. And as I said before, could it be that the Empress has been dealing with someone from her past that comes through with air energy? Whatever this is, this could be, as I said, problems around money issues, around business, but this is the end of suffering, the end of worrying, because you've got the Empress. Now, the Empress as manifestation and abundance, there's plenty of it here. So I think that this is it, Taurus. You're going through some sort of a cycle where you're going to fear the worst, but once that is over, it's like you're going from alpha to omega. So from having nothing to having a lot and having everything. So it's like black, white. That's how the energies are here in your reading. Now I'd like to take, of course, the Empress. We will look at the King of Cups, just in case the King of Cups is not your energy and it's someone else. I'm going to take my handwritten, I know they're small cards, doesn't matter. I'm going to take my handwritten message cards. I forgot to say we've also got the King of Swords here, so I'm going to take one on him as well. And because there are so many of you out there, I'm going to pick these cards back up because I didn't say where they're going. First of all, we've got the Empress here, so let's look at the Empress. Now, these messages may not resonate for everyone. Each person in this reading is probably a different person for each and every one of you. So take the reading as it resonates. Even if just parts of it resonate for you, that's good enough for me. Let's look at the Empress. And 10 of Hearts, you bring such happiness to my life. 10 of Cups, pure happiness and bliss. Let's look at the King of Cups. King of Cups and the King of Pentacles after that, which I said is probably the same person. King of Cups, which is probably Scorpio. I see pain and sorrow in your eyes. Please trust that I won't ever hurt you. And this is the Four of Pentacles. Remember I said it's my Taurian energy card? Yes. I won't ever hurt you. That's what the truth that is coming out of the King of Cups. The King of Cups mouth. And the King of Pentacles says, I can't stop thinking about you. I'm only breathing, not living without you. And this is the Four of Swords. And you did have the Four of Swords right here. If you remember, at the general energy, at the bottom of the deck. That's what was there. Now, let's look at the King of Swords, which I feel is someone from the past. He was either dealing with the Empress or was a past partner of the King of Pentacles. Doesn't matter that they're kings. For some of you, yes, it could be a same-sex relationship, but I believe mainly that it's, for most of you, it's the ex-partner of the Empress. Now, for some of you, could be a female that you were dealing with in the past. Let's take the King of Swords. I'm moving on. I'm healing now, leaving the past. Six of Swords. Okay, so let's say for one of you out there that the King of Swords, this is another side to you. That means you are moving on, just like the Six of Swords, healing the past. Because in the past, there was deception, there were secrets, things that were hidden. And there was lack of trust. There was no trust. Okay. Let's take a card of the wisdom of the House of the Knight for your message from the Oracle. And let's see what Taurus is dealing with, please, Spirit. What does Taurus need to know? Please, Spirit, for Taurus, mid to end of October 2019. What does Taurus need to know? Taurus, Taurus, Taurus. I think this is the card, and we've got Fragment. I do remember another sign got this. Let's read it. It's number 15. Yeah. And number 15 reads, number 15 is the number of the devil, isn't it? Sometimes it seems that life is split into so many parts, all of them separate and difficult to bring together. Family, friends, work, study, activities can seem unrelated to each other. My child, you are always whole, even if at times things feel separate and fragmented. That is only an illusion. Choosing this symbol reminds you that all the moving parts of your life are important. If the one you're asking about seems confusing, focus on the one that brings you clarity. Be here now and know that I, Nyx, love you and see you as beautiful and whole, regardless of how disconnected things seem. Also remember to take a step back when you're trying to understand something. You may be looking at only one piece of a giant puzzle, a fragment of the truth. See the big picture through my eyes, and no matter what, all is well. So that's what this card says. If we add the 1 and the 5, they do equal 6. So you do feel a little bit fragmented, Taurus. All these wands here beneath. You have been through some stuff here, obviously, but in your environment, it's great. I see here with the 8, 9, and 10 of wands, swords, sorry. 8, 9, and 10 of wands. I do feel that and there could even be a child involved here because we've got the Page of Cups here. Some of you may have been in a relationship where you shared a child, and that's what was your vulnerability, and that's why you were in this energy here. But there is a progression here. It doesn't get any worse than this, okay? Does not get any worse than this. After this, I took the Empress. So it's going to take a little bit of time, but you will be finding the love and the nurturing that the Empress, the mother of Earth, gives to her child. Okay, so dear Taurus, thank you so much for taking the time out and your patience. I loved your reading for you. We got a lot of messages here. You may need to watch it again and again. Thank you so much for commenting, liking, sharing, and subscribing. And I'm sending you lots of love till next time, which is very soon. Bye-bye.